Yes, guys, welcome back to another vid from Mutal FC, and today we got another banging vid for you. Today we got Week 23 predictions for you.
Yeah, so starting off on Saturday, we got Aston Villa versus Arsenal. I'm going Aston Villa 1-0 win here. I think they have enough talent to pull this upset off. Arsenal just can't seem to score goals right now, and it doesn't help that Aubameyang is gone. So I think Aston Villa is going to win this game 1-0.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Krish. I think Aston Villa are gonna win this 2-1 against Arsenal. And I know Arsenal got a 0-0 draw against United, but it was a good draw for them considering they missed Saka, Aubameyang, and even Tierney. I'm not sure when Tierney's going to come back. I think Aubameyang should come back. I'm not sure about Saka's injuries, but assuming Aubameyang and Saka comes back, I think Arsenal can still get a goal. But I just think Villa as a whole team are a better team the way they play together. So I think Aston Villa 2-1.
Yeah, so next we're going to talk about Man United versus Everton. I have United winning this game 2-1. I think to keep up in this title race, if you still count the minute, they have to start winning games again. So that's obviously it's to start by beating Everton. I think Everton they can definitely beat. They beat them earlier. They beat them earlier in the season 3-1. Just more talented, I think, all over the field. So I have them winning 2-1.
Yeah, I agree with Chris here. I think Man United are going to win this 1-0 against Everton. I know Man United, people are saying, they don't do anything against the top six. Well, thank God Everton's not a top 6 team, right? After Everton losing to Newcastle, which was a shock result, their chances of top 4 are fleeting. And I just think United, like Chris said, Liverpool are playing City, which we'll talk about later. This is a key opportunity to close that gap because I could see City dropping points this weekend. So United will have to come up big, and I think they're going to do it 1-0 to United.
Alright, so moving on to Tottenham, West Brom. I have Spurs winning this game 1-0. They should win this game, but I don't know if they will win this game. They just lost to Brighton yesterday. Their attack was absolutely terrible. Without Kane, they look like a total different team. They still have Son, so I think Son should be good enough to get them a goal here. But for some reason, I kind of feel like this game's going to be a tie, but I'm still going to call for a Spurs 1-0 win.
Yes, Christian to that there. I actually think this is going to be a 0-0 draw. I just think I didn't watch the full Brighton versus Spurs game, but from the highlights, what I saw, Spurs had a hard time attacking, and Brighton was dominating the ball. I think Spurs without Kane missed their focal point in terms of he's their best assist maker, the goal scorer, so they're losing that. Son is usually a good replacement, but I don't know if they can break down a compact West Brom team who have gotten results against Liverpool and City. But I don't think West Brom are going to score either, so I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw between Spurs and West Brom.
Yeah, so next up, we got Wolves and Leicester. I'm going Leicester 2-0 win here. They still don't have Vardy, but I think they're good enough to find a way to get 2 goals against Wolves. And it's against the Wolves teams that also cannot score goals right now. This could end up being a very dead game based on both teams missing their most important strikers. But I think Leicester are just more talented with the background kind of players they have compared to Wolves, so I think they're good enough to pull out 2-0 win here.
I'm going to have to go with a draw between Wolves and Leicester, but Chris did touch upon it that, both Jimenez and Vardy are missing, so their main goal threat is gone. Leicester do have probably a better squad all around. They still have players like Harvey Barnes, Madison who can score goals, but I just think Wolves are going to be very compact, and they might nick a goal off a corner with Roman Saiz or something. So I think it's just going to be a tight 1-1 draw between them.
Yeah, so next we got Liverpool versus City. This is definitely the biggest game of the week. I'm going for a Liverpool 2-1 win here. It looks like they're coming back from that little slump they had earlier, in the past 3 or 4 games. They had a nice win against West Ham yesterday. Salah scoring again. The offense looks a lot more. I don't know. They found some new energy within themselves. And City are also playing very well. I don't know when the last time they didn't keep a clean sheet was. Ruben Diaz, Stones, that center back pairing seems it's kind of like a brick wall. You can't get past them. And they even put in Laporte against Sheffield the other day, and they still kept a clean sheet. But I think the way Liverpool are playing now, I think their confidence is going up, and I think by the time they play City, it should be even higher. And I think Salah will score a few goals. So I have Liverpool winning 2-1.
Yeah, this is a very big game, boys. We got one of the biggest games. Liverpool finally coming into form. I was kind of nervous if Liverpool were still shit. City just going to wipe through them. Liverpool are looking good recently. And if they had kept their perfect Anfield record, I would have actually had Liverpool getting something out of this game. but they threw that away to Burnley. And I do think City are still too strong for Liverpool. I think City, like Chris said, the defensive options they have in Ruben Diaz, Laporte, and John Stones has become like the Everton John Stones again. So he's actually good. So they have 3 solid center backs that they can pick from. Their defensive record's insane, which allows them to go score goals. Because if they have a clean sheet, they don't need to worry about leaking goals or losing games. So I actually think City are going to win this 1-0. I think it's going to be another really tight game between the two. It could be really decided on a penalty. But I just think City are not going to be conceding goals. And Liverpool's attack, even though they've been scoring goals recently, I don't think they've fully hit gear yet. And I think they're going to struggle to break down the City side. So yeah, I'm going to go 1-0, very tight.
As we move on to Chelsea, Sheffield, I have Chelsea winning this game 3-0. They played probably one of their best games of the season against Burnley last week. Some new players that haven't played all season. Marcus Alonso, he got a goal. He played very well. And they're playing a Sheffield team that's the worst in the league. They did get a win against United, which is kind of embarrassing for us, but not going to talk about that. But they are still the worst team in the league. And Chelsea's a team that seems full of confidence now with the new manager. New players are playing well. Players are finding forms. I think they should easily win this game. I've been winning 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Chris there. I think it's going to be a 2-0 win to Chelsea. It's just Chelsea, you're going to get that new manager balance. Like, it just happens to any club. When you get a new manager coming in, players are going to want to prove their place, and that's what Marcus Alonso did with a beautiful goal, and Pulisic with a nice assist as well. I think Chelsea are just going to, they're going to dominate Sheffield. I'm sorry, Sheffield, they did good against United, and they even kept it tight against City, and they almost had the chance to get 1 goal back. It was a very good game between Sheffield and City. So they'll come in with that confidence, but I just think Chelsea right now, they're playing really good, and I think they're going to win this 2-0.
So for the final game of the week, we got Leeds Crystal Palace. I have Crystal Palace winning this game 2-1. I think Crystal Palace is a team that can counterattack well, especially with Zaha and Eze up top. And Leeds are a team that struggles against teams that can counter well because with their free, flowing play, they leave a lot of spaces behind their defense. And when you have players like Zaha and Eze, who are star players in this league, I think you're bound to let up a goal or two. So I have Crystal Palace winning 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a big game, too. I mean, Leeds and Crystal Palace both picking up vital wins. Crystal Palace against Wolves, which was a really good goal from Eze. And then obviously Leeds, which probably was the shock result of the weekend against Leicester City. Big win for them. Bamford played it excellent. I think this will be a tight game. But I just think Leeds are going to be going to this game with confidence. They haven't been consistent this whole season. They've avoided one game. They win one game 5-0. The next game they're losing at 3-0. Then one game 6-0. Then they lose 6-2 to United. It's not consistent with that team. But I think Leeds beating Leicester shows that they can compete against the big boys. So I think Leeds are going to nick this game 2-1. It's going to be very freaking tight. I think a lot of games this weekend are going to be tight because a lot of teams are starting to play really well. But you guys let us know down in the comments below. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen in the big game of the weekend? Liverpool versus City. It could be a title decider. You guys let us know in the comments down below. But other than that, boys, we'll catch you next week. Peace.